Something Sweet with Carrie and Alyssa. Hey, girl,
Hey girl.
and welcome to Something Sweet podcast with Carrie and Alyssa. Woo woo. Um, we are back Sunday morning-ish, afternoon-ish. I don't even know what
I was
time.
like,
You're like, not
I was
really.
like,
But yeah, I am drinking a Red Bull. I know I'm not supposed to be, but I am.
okay, okay, that's okay. I had an Alani earlier today.
Oh, did you have the lime slush one again?
I sure did, and it was amazing.
So off topic, but of course, as soon as we start recording, my mom calls me, but I'm not going to answer it. But literally like 30 seconds in.
You're like, I didn't do anything all day.
Yeah, literally.
No,
So
she
funny.
does.
But yeah, I was with my stepsister the other day and she tried the lime slush one and it made me think of you and she loved it too.
So good.
Hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
And I popped in, what was I at Target the other day for? I popped in for one thing. Oh no, it was Kroger.
You always
So my
pop in
mom,
for one thing.
I know, right? At Target for sure, but it wasn't at Target. It was at Kroger. Kroger? No, I was at Target. No, it was Kroger. Sorry.
You're
It's
fine.
Kroger. I'm like, where was I? It was a couple days ago, and my mom, she always bakes like homemade cakes.
Hmm.
And we're celebrating it today is actually my oldest nephew, Corey. It's his 24th birthday today.
Cute.
And
Happy
it's a
birthday.
yeah, and it's a weekend. So we're celebrating today when he gets off work. So my
Hmm.
mom was baking a cake like from scratch
Aw.
and she needed a an ingredient. So I was like, okay, I'll go to Kroger for you. So I went and grabbed coffee downtown Mount Clemens, and then there's this like really cute coffee shop. I didn't take any pictures inside, but I probably
Hmm.
have some on my phone. It is such a vibe in there. It's
Is
like,
that the black cat one you posted?
yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
so cute in there. But there were like a bunch of like older people because it was like the morning,
Hmm.
and it was like a bunch of like older people that I think just go and like hang out there. So I felt weird like recording because they were like older, you know what I mean? And I don't think they would like understand. Like if it was like younger people, they wouldn't care. They didn't
Yeah.
want to seem like I was like recording them. There was like a big group here, a big group here, and then there were like a couple of people by the window, and I was like, never mind. But it really is such a vibe in there. And then I went to the store for my mom, got that, and then on one of like the aisleways, like right when I was going to pay, it said buy three for $5, and I was like, oh, well, now I
That's
gotta
what
get them.
always gets me too, is when there's a deal. I'm
And
like,
it's like the
okay.
aisleway where you're not even like looking.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll buy the three limes because those, it's one of the newer ones, so it's hard to find sometimes. So yeah, so I bought three of them, and then I saved one for today because Jordan had basketball. So I was like, I need one today.
Yeah.
So, so yeah.
That's fun. So speaking of Target, even though you didn't go to Target, I went to
I
Target,
did the
yes.
other day, but it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
for that. They didn't
Okay.
have those at Target the other day, randomly. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
So that's why I was like, wasn't it Target? Because normally they have all the flavors, but they didn't have that one.
Oh, okay.
So,
So we went to Target yesterday, me and Parker, and we did like Easter bunny shopping, which was so much fun. And then, of course, you always get more than you need at Target. But so it's happened a couple of times now, which this lady, we did self-checkout and the person who worked there, she like walked me through. Like I feel like I have such a hard time finding coupons on the Target app, like the deals, but she finally helped me like find them. And then she also told me how we should be scanning stuff in the app to see if prices come up lower. And if they do, they will match them on the register. And it was probably
for everything?
okay, so she made for children's for books for
For books.
sure.
Books,
But
all books. All books,
all books.
Target price matches. Yes. I knew
But
that, but I didn't
But
know
I mean,
anything
even in the
else.
Target app, Carrie, like it's cheaper online than it is in store. So, and then I think just like random things too. Like when we were at Target in, I think it was in Buffalo in December, the guy was doing it at the register for us. And I didn't even like, we didn't really know what he was doing, but he was scanning everything and like getting cheaper prices. And we were like, oh, sweet. Like we didn't know there was a deal. Like that's so cool. But yesterday, so what I wanted to do, because I'm like a coupon freak, it was like if you had two orders over $100, you got like a $25 like credit or something. So, and
Hmm.
I knew we were gonna be like right at 200 or a little over. So I'm like, we're gonna divvy this up and do two separate
Yeah.
orders and get our coupon. whatever. So at first, like we put too much on one, so we had to take it off. So that's how I ended up started talking to this lady. You know, I was like, I'm trying to do the deal, so we're doing two orders. She's like, okay. And then she saw we were getting like four books. We were getting, you know, some from the Easter Bunny and then a couple extra for Peter now. And she was like, oh, she was like, definitely, you know, you got to do the barcode thing in the app. She's like, definitely do the books, but like there's a bunch of different things that it could be. Every book we ran up that was like originally like 8.99, 10.99, 12.99, it went down to like $4 and change, $5 and change. Like
Oh
every
my
book, like we probably
gosh.
saved $20 just on books, just from opening the app. You scan it, you see the price, you show the person, and then they fix it in the computer.
So they'll also price match it like on Amazon too.
Yeah, I just found that out
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yep.
that crazy?
One random, I mean, you know me, I've been a Target shopper for as long as I can remember. And probably like 3 years ago, maybe 2, 3 years ago, somebody randomly at the register started price checking. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? And she was like, you didn't know this? And I was like, ma'am, I have shopped here so many times.
Well,
And I'm a big book girly. And
yeah.
no,
But even that's what the
nobody's told
lady
me
said
this.
yesterday. She was like, I think they just don't want people to know because it's like they don't advertise it. And it's like, I get one thing, like if you see something on Amazon for a price and then you like, hey, can you price match it? But nobody thinks like, oh, I'm gonna check to see what the price is in the app
Right. Yeah,
versus the
I've never, yeah.
store, but it's
Do
cheaper.
you Do you remember? I feel like it hasn't been like this since they switched over like what their app is like now, but do you remember
Mhm.
the old app?
I remember like the old Target Circle where you used to get cash back, and I miss that because now you
Okay.
don't.
But also, do you remember how you would go in Target and the app wouldn't pull up because like the internet or something, it like would never pull up. And so then I would just like give up on it because I'm like, so annoying.
Oh,
It
you think
happened
that
to
was
me all the time.
intentional?
Mhm.
That's so terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I love them, but but I do. And so I'm happy that like I'm always able to pull up the app now. And
Yeah.
like you said, like price check and things like that. But
Hmm.
yeah, no, I
That's
don't
so,
know.
I just can't believe it. So,
So crazy.
yeah, it's just like, just give us the freaking price. Like, why do we have to work
Yeah,
for it? Why is it? And I even told the lady, I'm like, this is so much extra work for you guys because since we did like four or five books, you had to stand there and do
right,
every single book we ran up, you know, or
right.
ran up. So I don't know. So anyway, if you go to
Hmm.
Target, make sure you are scanning everything in your app and trying to get
Literally.
the cheapest price. And also
Yeah,
like make sure it reams up what you see as it gets advertised for. Because I've had that happen too, where I'm like, this was not this much. And then they go check and they're like, oh yeah, no, it was like what you said. And then they take it down again. It's like you really have to pay attention.
okay. And if you guys try this, we want to know. We want to know how much lower your bill was. Like Alyssa
Yeah.
said, she saved how much money on books
At least 20
alone?
bucks on
At
four
least, yeah.
books.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. And we buy books at we probably buy most of our books at Target, to be honest.
yeah, yeah.
And I've never
Same.
known that.
Mm.
So save your
Mm-mm-mm.
money.
Well, now you know.
Now you know. And hopefully we start seeing prices come down because they
Yeah.
say like that I mean there's no more tariffs, right? Because they said that was like technically illegal. I don't even know. I
I
don't even
don't
know, but like
know.
Parker was
A
looking at
lot of times they say things are illegal, but then they're still like doing them. So
it is
I don't know.
true.
I don't even know what to think anymore.
It is true. But Parker was looking at these pants and they were like Target brand, like Goodfellow brand or whatever. They wanted $45 per pair. And he didn't even know that when he put them in the cart. And then, because he was like, I'm like, well, this is going to be at least like X amount of dollars. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, you picked out two pairs of pants. That alone is $90. And he was like, there were
Yeah.
45 a piece. I'm like, yes. So then he went back and he was like, I'm not getting like Target brand jeans for like $45 each. But then he found a pair
Yeah.
of Wranglers there, which is a brand name brand, and they were $30. So he got
Okay.
those instead.
I can't remember exactly what I should ask my dad. I'm actually curious. I'm gonna text him and ask him. Hold on one sec.
But it was like that when we were in Buffalo, we went during a snowstorm. I didn't pack boots, so I was like, well, me and Jace, we had to go get boots. And I got a pair of Wild Fable boots, which again, Target brand. They were $50. And I'm like, why am I spending $50 on Target brand boots? That makes no
Litter,
sense.
li Target, like shoes, I feel like are at least like $40.
But they
And
didn't
it gets
used
me
to
every
be.
time. I
It's
know,
just
and it gets
so
me every time.
dumb. Drives me crazy.
Okay, I'm asking my dad because he got such a good deal, and it was like I want to say they were Levi jeans,
At
and they were
Target?
like such a good deal. I'm double checking if it
Oh,
was
okay.
Target or not.
I feel like all the
Um,
Levi stuff is expensive at Target.
but I want him to tell me where it was because it might not have been. It might have been J.C. Penney's.
Okay. I'd say I feel like Kohl's and stuff, you can get good
Oh,
deals.
or it might have been Kohl's because those are like
Which I
the
always
three
forget to go to Kohl's,
stores he shops. Yeah,
honestly.
yeah,
I feel like that's where my mom always goes to, and
girl.
she always gets good deals. Like she always gets Jay's like Levi
Mm-hmm.
jeans and stuff.
Oh yeah, like probably all of Jordan's clothes from when he was a baby up until like now. Like he still does kind of have some, but I've shopped more at Target, I feel. But probably up until like last year have been Old Navy and Kohl's only. Like
Yeah.
that's literally where I've gotten the most clothes for him. But now Target, like I don't know, they just have really cute stuff. And I found a lot of really cheap stuff like around Christmas time. Like
Hmm.
I mean, he wore a pair of the shorts today. They were literally, were they from there? No, they weren't from there. I lied. They were from that, I don't know if you guys have one by you, but we have one. It's called Going, Going, Gone, and it's like the Dick's Sporting Good outlet.
No, I've never heard of
Um,
it.
okay. My dad literally texts, come here. Like, no, I can't.
I feel like that's such a boomer thing to say. Like, don't text me, just come talk to me. I'm surprised he's not just calling you.
I literally said, I'm on a podcast.
That's so funny. That's why I told my mom too. Like, I'm recording my podcast.
I don't even know what to do for Easter because like a lot of the stuff I feel like I got around Christmas time and I'm like, what does he need?
I
Maybe
feel like for Easter, I
a
try to
bathing
do a
suit,
lot
maybe?
of, that's a good one. So my mom, she usually gets the kids like an outfit or something. And my grandma does. My sister even made them Easter baskets last year. I think I was saying this on the pod last year. Like people just went great, like so overboard for Easter. But my mom was asking, I told her, she could get a swimsuit for each, kid or boy or whatever. Um,
Hmm.
and but for me, I like to do outdoor stuff, even though I feel like we still always have like chalk. Like I feel
Yeah.
like we have so much chalk. They could always use
Hmm.
bubbles. But they are each getting a book this year. And then I did get Jace a pack of Pokemon cards because he's totally into Pokemon cards this year. Oh my gosh, at
Okay.
Target. So Peter's obsessed with ducks right now, like rubber ducks, all the
Oh,
ducks,
yeah.
and even the
Jordan loves
Magna-Tiles. We
ducks.
have Magna-Tiles, and every day, all day, honestly, we're making duck houses. He's always like, Mama,
Oh,
ducky house, wants to build a ducky house.
oh,
So they have in the dollar section, they have a bunch of rubber duckies, and they all look different. Like one looks like a carrot, one looks like, I got them four. So one looks like a
oh,
carrot, one looks like a lamb, one looks like a bunny, and one looks like a frog. They're so cute. He's gonna be so excited.
oh.
He's gonna be so
They did
excited.
that
I
around
can't wait.
Christmas time because Jordan got like a bunch that were like the Christmas themed ducks.
Oh, okay.
It was like one Santa, one reindeer, one, you know what I mean?
Aw,
Like, so,
yeah.
and they were in the dollar section. Yeah. That's literally my car is filled with ducks.
Oh, you don't even drive a Jeep.
No, but
It's a Jeep
he,
thing.
I don't like have them displayed. They're just like in the back seat, like sprawled
Oh,
all over.
okay. I thought you meant.
No, no. But Jordan thinks like the Jeep thing is so cool. And you know how they have the claw machines that are duck machines?
Yes, that's where we got so
Okay.
many ducks last time.
So same. We have so many ducks from that, and then
Hmm.
we've ducked people like
Do
a
you
bunch
duck
of
just
times.
Jeeps or do you duck anyone?
Yeah. No, just Jeeps.
That's so
Yeah,
funny because
I
I
don't
feel
even
like
have a
only
Jeep.
Jeep people duck. I thought only Jeep people ducked other Jeep people.
I feel like Jordan just wants to be a part of the club. So, yeah.
That's
Um
so funny.
And then for Christmas, his elf brought him 50 ducks that were like hidden all around the house.
Oh my God.
So he has a box of, I don't even know how many are left because he's like given some away. He's like ducked some people. So
Uh-huh.
literally, we still have a whole bunch of ducks from that 50 box and then ones that he's won.
Aw,
And yeah, literally like all in my back seat. Like I need to clean out my car so bad. But I mean,
I
I
do
should take a
too.
picture of like just random ducks all over.
You should. That's
So
really
yeah.
funny. No, I
Yeah.
need I need to do a good spring clean of the car.
Yeah.
I assume
Like
everybody's
even
car just gets trash in the winter and
yes. And like I'll go and get a car wash, but then like the inside of my car, like I can see like the dust and stuff on it, and then like just like I said, ducks everywhere.
hmm
And then we go to the library all the time and we always have books in the car. So there's books everywhere. I even got like a basket and it has books in it, but still we have books
That's
everywhere.
so funny. You have a
Books
book
and ducks.
basket.
That's like
Yeah.
literally
I mean,
all
it
in
could
the
be
back seat.
worse. It could
It
be
could be worse,
worse.
yeah. Well, yeah, and then like wrappers and stuff that I'm like, Jordan, can you throw this stuff away? Don't just throw the wrapper on the floor. Like,
Yeah. I
I just feel like
desperately,
kids have no like,
they really
what's the
don't.
word? You know what I mean? Like,
Um, a care in the world. I don't like.
yeah, they just give no fucks about the car. Okay, they just throw shit everywhere.
That's so funny. He needs
Oh,
like something that says like ducks and no fucks or something.
yeah, literally.
That's so
Ah,
funny. His first
so
car
yeah,
needs to be a Jeep. He needs to be a part
I
of the Jeep
know,
club.
I know. He wants to so bad.
No,
So
my car could use a good
yeah,
vacuuming for sure. The
yeah,
amount of
vacuuming for
crumbs
sure.
under Peter's seat and around it is
Oh,
there
I
are some
remember those
crumbs.
days.
Yeah.
Like with the car seat. Oh my gosh, I would take it up and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Well, it's
seriously?
like
You
sometimes I'll
know?
give him a snack, and I'm
Mhm.
like, you know, assuming
Yeah,
he
I
will
never
do his
cared.
best.
Yeah.
But
And then I
sometimes he's
look,
just, I don't know what he's doing back there
I'm
besides
like,
he must be
how?
crumbling them up himself.
Yeah, yeah, you're like driving. He's like,
I know. Add a little spice, is that what they say? Add a little crumbs.
oh my gosh, those days. That was so funny. Cause like I had like the thing that like covered the seat and then actually like on top. So then when I would vacuum, I'd like pull it off and I'm like, what the heck? Cause you don't notice it until you're
No.
vacuuming. Yeah.
I should get seat covers. My mom has said that for years that, oh, you should get seat covers. I'm like, yeah, I should, but then I never do. But
I just did just for like that, like for the car seat.
yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
that would be a good idea. I know, like at school pick up and drop off, I'm always like,
Hmm.
hopefully they don't judge me.
I know. I've thought that before too. And then the one day last week, so my nephew Callan, I had to pick him up from school one day. He had like he he has extra teeth growing. So it's like a
Oh,
third tooth. Yes. Okay. So like, have you ever heard of that before?
you said a
I don't know.
third tooth?
Yeah. So like
You
he had a
mean,
baby tooth. He had a
yeah,
baby tooth, lost that. Then like the second tooth grew in,
yeah.
and now he has another tooth like pushing
Oh,
down.
he's like a
Yeah.
little shark.
Isn't that crazy? And
That
like I've
is.
never heard of it, but apparently it's a thing that can happen and it can be hereditary, but nobody in his dad's side or our side like has that.
Hmm.
But I don't know. But of course it happens to him, you know.
Yeah.
And so he was complaining about like having like a headache or something just because like his mouth, like my sister like couldn't get him in right away because you have to like
Yeah.
schedule an appointment to get like a oral surgeon to do whatever,
Yeah.
pull teeth, I don't know. And so he had me come and pick him up from school one day and I was like, all right, well, you have to come and run errands with me. I was like, I have to get a car wash because like a bird pooped all on the side of like where I pick
Mm.
up Jordan at. And he was like, are you going to get a car wash today? I was like, yes, Jordan, I'll get a car wash. Like, so like he just wanted to make sure that I didn't pull up into the
Yeah.
parking lot with like, I
With
mean, it was
bird
like
poop.
bad. It was
Yeah.
like bad. Yeah. And so I said to Kelly, I was like, we have to go get a car wash because Jordan will be pissed if I don't have a car wash before I pick him up.
That is so
So we
funny.
we did, but it was like so funny because like, can you imagine? Like you said, like I wonder what they think, you know? But it was like covering that side of the window because like
Yeah.
that's where the bird pooped. But it was so funny. Yeah.
Aw. So silly. Oh my gosh, and exciting news. So
So,
obviously, is Jordan spring break this week?
mhm.
Okay, so it's Jace's. I know some people were back and forth or whatever, but spring break is this week, and tomorrow we have a play date with his
Shut up.
crush.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. He is so excited. So I met her the other day.
Oh.
Last week they had like their little spring concert or whatever. So
Oh,
cute. It was the first and third graders. And so we got there and he already told me that like this was like the big event. Like I'm gonna meet her parents and da 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 da, da, you know. Parker had to work
oh,
late, so he didn't come. And then I didn't really invite any other family because I figured there was gonna be so many people there, you know, which
yeah.
there was. There was a lot of people standing too, so it was a good thing. But so her mom was sick, so she wasn't there, but I got to meet like she had two grandmas there, a grandpa, an aunt. So I like, got to meet like all
Oh,
of them. Jace was so funny because she introduced him and he was just kind of like so shy, like, hi, and then just like kind of turned towards me, you know.
oh. What are you guys gonna do?
We're going to a park.
Okay,
I
cool,
don't know
cool.
what park yet, but yeah, they were both so happy to see each other. I'll just send you a picture of them
Oh,
together. They are so
yes,
cute.
please.
So
How
cute.
did Valentine's Day go? We never talked about that.
So Valentine's Day was a bust.
Oh,
Jace was with his dad, and I think he was actually sick, but he didn't go to school for the Valentine's Day party because he was sick. So he didn't
oh,
give her the Harry Potter stickers we got specifically for her. He was gonna do like
oh,
the secret admirer thing. And then so I took the stickers off, but then he has chickened out. He just won't give her the stickers. So I think he might bring them tomorrow
oh.
as
Okay.
just like a I think her birthday's coming up, so he might just try to spin it that way. But I don't think I told you. So we were going through his Valentine's the other day, and because they still collected them all for him, even though he was gone.
Aw.
And so he was looking through them and he was like, I wonder which one is like from her, you know? So he found it and it was a picture of a dog and it said, You are so doggone cute. And I'm like, oh, she specifically gave that one to you. Like
Stop. Yeah, I
she,
wouldn't give that to anybody. Yeah.
yeah. So he was super
Oh,
excited. I was so excited for him.
stop. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you'll have to let me know how it goes tomorrow.
I will. I'm so
I'm so
invested in
excited.
their little crushes on each other.
It's adorable.
I know she's the cutest. I just love her. Her personality too. She's so cute.
Okay, well, speaking of Harry Potter,
Oh my gosh. Are you gonna talk about what girly you are or what house you
yeah,
are?
okay. Okay. So first of all, you posted because like Alyssa and I will both like log in and post stuff on the Something Sweet Instagram page.
Hmm.
And so like a couple weeks ago you posted one and it was like I'm a Gryffindor, but I haven't done my taxes yet or something.
Oh yeah, something like that. Something like that.
And
Let me
yeah,
pull it
it was
up.
something like that. It was so funny because I really hadn't at that time done
I
my
knew
taxes yet.
it. Well, I just
And
assumed, but I was like, this is so Carrie.
okay, pull it up.
I am. Let me
Oh my
find
God,
it.
that was so funny.
Because it's funnier than that.
Well, I wrote you back, but I don't know if you saw it. I said, I feel attacked with the crying, laughing faces.
Oh, I don't know if I saw it because because I know sometimes I will send stuff to my personal account or vice versa. I'll
Mm-hmm.
send it to something sweet if I want to post it. So sometimes if I
Yeah,
see something from you, I just assume you're like
you're
talking
right.
to yourself, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. Because I think I left it there for a little while, but then I ended up checking it
Oh,
because I
okay.
sent myself something. So I was like, I don't even know if she saw like me saying I felt attacked, but it was so funny.
Oh, it says you are not a Gryffindor. You're a 35-year-old
Yeah.
year-old who has not done your taxes.
And I was like, at that time, I didn't do my taxes yet. So I was like,
That's
I
so
feel
funny.
attacked.
Yeah.
But then I've come to terms. I am no longer a Gryffindor and I'm a Ravenclaw. Okay. But then you sent me one because I said you're a Hufflepuff. From the pictures, it did look like it, but then you sent you're a Hufflepuff and a Ravenclaw mix from the,
Yes.
the new pictures. Then I scrolled over and I looked and I said, "Oh my God, I'm a Ravenclaw and a Slytherin mixed."
Yes.
I was like, "That is
Who
me."
knew you were Slytherin?
Who knew? So yeah, so it was just funny because we just were talking about this like maybe an hour ago.
Yeah.
Um, so I had to share with the podcast. I guess I'm not a Gryffindor, but also the new Harry Potter show is coming out, which I think we've like talked about it a little bit.
Okay, I saw they were showing
Okay.
like the cast the other day. I didn't realize it
Hmm.
was a show.
So it'll be on HBO, and I think it's just about the first movie. So just
Okay.
the yeah, Harry Potter and
The
the oh my
Sorcerer's
God.
Stone.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Sorcerer's Stone. I know. I was like,
Look at me
okay.
go.
Look at you go. See, who knew you were a little Harry Potter girl? Um,
Not me.
but not me. But so originally they did show the cast or whatever, like when they first did it. But then I feel like we really haven't heard much. And now the trailer just came out for it.
Oh,
So
I
I feel
didn't
like
see
that's
that
why
yet.
everyone's talking about it.
Hmm.
But I am so excited because I was pissed at first. I'm like, you can't reboot like that. You just can't.
Yeah.
That's what I was like pissed about. So it is a reboot, but it's actually a whole different kind of show because the all of the movies right now, they're all from Harry Potter's point of view. That's it. You don't
Hmm.
really see anybody else's point of view.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see multiple points of view. So we're going to
Oh,
like dive into things that the movies didn't even show.
that's
Like
cool.
other students getting their letters and just a bunch of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I think you'll see like different houses and won't just be like Gryffindor, which as a Ravenclaw slash Slytherin girl, I'm excited.
It's funny
So
because
I had to
you
tell you that.
saying that you're a Gryffindor, I feel like everybody assumes you're a Gryffindor because that's really the only house we see, and nobody I feel like
That's
is like, "Oh, I'm a
probably why.
Slytherin."
That's probably why. Yeah.
Yeah.
But literally, I screenshot them. So the ones that we were sending each other. Okay. So originally looking at Ravenclaw, like I could just be a Ravenclaw because it was like lots of learning stuff, books, coffee, um, like it looks like something written with like a bunch of corrections on it, like all this like blue, which is like actually my favorite color. And so I was just like, okay, I guess I'm that. But then I could go with the Ravenclaw Slytherin because it's like similar books, like writing, music, school, like stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I guess, but I guess if I have to choose one, I guess I would be a Ravenclaw now. But you're
Yeah.
right, it's probably because that's the only point of view we've gotten this whole
Yes.
time was from Gryffindor.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's
I
originally what everyone wants to be.
yeah. Mhm. Mhm. But no, this will be cool. I'm excited for it then.
Yeah.
And it'll be a fun show to watch with the boys too, like with
Yes.
Jordan and
I think
Jace.
Jordan will be so excited because he likes Harry Potter, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. He does like Harry Potter, but it's not like we watch it over and over again.
Yeah.
But he loves like when we do like Harry Potter things, like when we go to Canterbury Village. Like he loves like
Mhm.
being like immersed in it, but
Yeah.
like he can only watch it so many times, whereas like I could watch it over and over again.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Carrie's been teasing us for weeks.
Yeah. Well, I had to wait until I finished Love Story. So the last episode in the season one of the series, because I think I talked about it on the podcast last time or the time before, that this is gonna be like another love story about another famous couple will be like the
Yes.
next season. Not
Yes.
sure who yet, but I thought it was done really well. Ryan Murphy was the one who created it.
Hmm.
And I don't know, we love his Monsters on Netflix series.
I
So
forget he
which
does
more of those are
monsters
coming.
too. Yeah.
Hmm.
I always think
And
of
I feel
American
like
Horror Story.
right. And those are all really well done. So I don't know. I thought it was good. Um, but I wanted to wait to talk about the Kennedy curse until I watched this to find my last part of the curse. Okay.
Okay.
So,
So I
and then
had
I'll
no
then I'll get
idea.
into it.
I had no
Yeah,
idea there was
okay.
a Kennedy curse.
Me either, which I have heard of a lot of Kennedys like dying or getting in trouble, but then like getting off, like,
Yeah, of
you know.
course.
Yeah. So, yeah, I came across this on like TikTok or Reels, and they were saying it started with Joseph Kennedy. So that is JFK's dad. So
Okay.
started off with him. He was known as a savvy businessman, and he made a large portion of his money after prohibition had ended, and he started selling alcohol in the 1930s. So that's like how he started. And I guess him and his friends all bought the same types of stock and then sold them all at the same time. So that's how he like got
Okay.
his millions. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So he had all the money and wanted to get into politics, but he um he was like known to like not, I don't know if he was like a Hitler defender or he wasn't really against Hitler and Nazi Germany and all this stuff.
Hmm.
Um so the first theory of this curse dealing with Joseph was that he did this in a sketchy and borderline illegal way, off of the backs of poor people, and that's why he was cursed. So he made his money like off the backs of poor people.
Okay.
And the second theory is, while he was on a business trip in Germany when Hitler was rising to power and concentration camps were popping up, a Jewish man asked him to take his son back to the US to keep him safe, and he said absolutely not. The story says that the townspeople got together and put a curse on him and his lineage. Okay, so these
Hmm.
are just theories, just a theory.
Theories. I wish,
Um,
okay, so for the first theory, I wish that I knew everybody that was like
yeah,
made their
right,
money just like
right.
dirty, just was
Mm-hmm.
cursed. That'd be, could you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
The world would be
Right,
so different.
right. And that's why they're saying all of this, like Kennedy curse started. But
Okay.
those are like the theories that people are talking about. Um, So he was married to Rose and they had 9 children together. He
Holy
wanted to be
shit.
president. Yep. He wanted to be president, but since he had ties to anti Semitism, he wouldn't be able to.
Hmm.
So he told his oldest son, Joseph P. Kennedy Jr., that he will be president one day. But then that son goes into the Air Force during World War II and dies in a plane crash.
Hmm.
Then the first daughter, her name is Rosemary. She struggled with mental health issues. I guess it was anxiety and depression. And her parents decided to get her lobotomized,
Okay. I
against her
knew
will.
one of them had a lobotomy. I was
Hmm.
curious. That's so
Yep. And
crazy. What year was
things
this?
went.
Do you know?
This was, I don't, let me see.
'Cause I feel like that's not even like that long ago that we were
Right?
doing lobotomies.
Okay. It was November 1941 at the age of 23.
That's crazy.
Um,
That's 2 years before my
yeah.
grandma was born.
Yeah, it was arranged by her father to manage her mood swings and behavioral issues. The procedure left her permanently incap hold on, I feel so stupid.
Don't.
Incapacitated? I don't
That
know.
sounds right.
Uh
Could you imagine like
okay.
having anxiety and
Yeah.
depression and they're like, you know what's gonna
And
fix you? What is it? Like an ice
lobotomy.
pick or something? Like to your octal, I don't even know. Your skull,
Right?
pretty much.
Yeah,
Your eye
and then
socket.
I guess then she had severe lasting impairments to her mobility and her speech after that.
That's so terrible.
Isn't that?
That's so terrible.
She had to stay in like a care facility until she died in 2005.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's not that long ago.
No, not at all. Next is Eunice, and let's see when she died. Hold on.
When you say Eunice, it reminds me of the girl from She's the Man. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Think about that. Oh my God, you're so funny. Okay. So I don't think anything happened to her actually.
Well, bless her heart.
Bless her heart. And also, she created the Special Olympics in honor of her sister, which I did not know that.
Really?
Yes.
The
So,
sister that was perfectly fine before she had a lobotomy?
mhm.
Hmm.
And ended up the way she was. She created it in honor of her sister.
That's crazy.
She died in 2009. Um, and it just says like at the hospital. So I imagine like, wasn't anything
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Then next is Kathleen. She died in a plane crash. She was coming from Paris in a private plane when they said that there was bad weather and everyone in the airplane died. After that is JFK, the former 35th president, which we know he was assassinated in Dallas during a parade. And it happened right after his wife had 2 miscarriages, and one of
Hmm.
them, which I didn't know this. I feel like we were too little to like
That's
know this
true.
stuff, and I don't think like schools like really talked about that.
Yeah.
But they had 2 miscarriages, and one of them was like right before. So she was still technically like healing, but she wanted to show the American people that like she was okay and she was like back to,
That's
getting
so
out there. And
sad.
then that's when, yeah, her husband was murdered.
Right in front of her.
And yep. And then 5 years later, Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated on his presidential campaign trail at 42 years old. And Robert was married to Ethel Kennedy, who their son David died at 28 of an overdose. And his brother Michael died in a skiing accident in Colorado. Okay, so like all of these are
Yeah.
Kennedys, like
Yeah.
all of them. I mean, one of them was like married, but then their two sons died, like in
Yeah.
both, different ways.
So RFK Jr., is he a son of Robert?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Just
Never,
curious.
never. I was
What?
gonna make a joke. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not going to.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
I think I
And
knew
so
know where
then,
you were going.
like, when? Okay, so then
Just
the
kidding.
last one that the videos were talking about was JFK Jr. And I was like, okay, I don't want to watch because I did not know any of this. Like, I am too young to really remember him and Carolyn. Like,
Mm-mm.
do you? Like,
No,
do you
not
remember?
at all.
Like,
No.
I do remember like Princess Diana dying. I do remember that.
Yeah, same.
But that is the only like notable figure from the 90s that like I remember people being upset about and like the news talking about. Like, I don't remember them
Yeah.
at all.
No, I don't. I know. I know.
Okay, I was curious.
But like you said, I
Okay,
do remember. I
yeah,
remember when Princess Diana died because I feel like my mom
yeah,
was upset about that,
yes. And
as
like,
I'm sure a lot of people. But
everybody loved her. Yeah, I had the
hmm
like Princess Di Beanie Baby. Didn't we talk about
same.
this? Yeah.
The purple one.
Okay, so yes, yes. Probably still have it up in the attic.
Actually, that
Um,
reminds me. My grandma told me the other day. She was like, "You still have Beanie Babies here," and like she basically like wants to clean her house out more, I think.
oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what Beanie Babies you
Yeah, I mean, that'll have to
get
be
them
like a
from
whole
grandma because I
episode.
want to know. Yeah.
Okay. So
Maybe I
funny.
could find mine. Oh my God, how funny. Okay.
Beanie
Now
Baby
that we're on video,
episode.
yeah, we could totally do that. Oh my gosh, Jordan would think that's so cool too. He loves a good plushie. So anyways, so I waited to talk about the JFK. Like I didn't even watch any videos or anything because I wanted to see it like on the show play out.
Hmm.
And so the first episode of the show, so this is called Love Story on Hulu. It shows them getting onto an airplane, and it's JFK Jr., his wife Carolyn, and her sister Lauren. And it shows them talking with the captain. The captain says something about, you want hours today, blah, blah, blah. So we find out that he actually flew airplanes and he was
Hmm.
like getting his pilot's license and you
That's
had to have
cool.
so many hours and things like that.
Yeah.
But then the story like goes into like a huge flashback and it, shows what they did beforehand, how they met, all this stuff.
Hmm.
It was such an interesting story. So I'm not going to go like piece by piece because I want
Yeah.
you to watch it. Like, but I can give like little like, you know, things that I remember throughout
Yeah.
the season. So she actually was working at Calvin Klein, and this was like around the time of like the Calvin Klein like briefs like ad, like
Hmm.
like the famous Calvin Klein ads. And this is when like Marky Mark, like Mark Wahlberg,
Okay. Hmm.
like did the campaign or whatever. And Carolyn was actually like bottom of the totem pole, like at Calvin Klein. She had to work her way up,
Hmm.
but she ended up helping a client and like you could just tell that like the one that was like her boss like was just like demeaning and just like whatever, like didn't really like take her like suggestions into account or anything. Like they just thought that they knew better, but she like worked her way up and ends up meeting him at a party and they end up dating. So there's like a lot of stuff that happens obviously, but you can tell they make like similarities between her and Princess Diana. And I know she's like not a princess, but like she was like the American princess because he
Yeah.
was like, like he was like he was like the Justin Bieber of like his time. Do you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
he was like who everyone wanted to photograph, wanted to know who he was dating, wanted to like he was like I'm trying to think if there's anybody else, but like he's the first one that came to my mind.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
like he was like always on magazine covers. He was always paparazzi was following him, getting a little too close, but like in his defense, that's all he's known his whole life. Because when
Yeah.
he was like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 is when his dad was murdered. So like all he has known is like being in the public eye. So he knows how to deal with it, whereas she doesn't. Like
Yeah.
she like lost her privacy and all this stuff. And so they butted heads a lot about that. But there is a scene in the show where she's watching the news and sees Princess Di's like car and stuff and how she died and how the paparazzi was after her. So it's
Mhm.
like a huge shift in the show. And towards the end of like the series, they basically are talking like he sees where she's coming from and he's like, we can go anywhere you want. Like, let me know. And she's like, well, when do we have to come back? And he was like, whenever you want to come back. So they kind of were setting it up in a way that makes you question if they did this on purpose. Like if they're still alive out there and they're just like living on like a
Mm.
remote island. It
Okay.
kind of makes it seem like that. Like even called the
Interesting.
episode was called Exit Strategy.
Hmm.
Is that not crazy?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's possible if you have that much money.
Right? And then even people are comparing the pilot from the first episode to JFK's like actual pictures
Hmm.
from back in the day. And like his profile, he does actually look like him because it's like an older pilot.
Hmm.
And people are saying like that actually could be him, which like I don't believe that. Like,
Yeah.
but you never know. Like it could be in front of our faces,
Hmm.
which we will get to Palm Beach Pete in a minute. But um but yeah, and so there are a bunch of theories. So that being one of them, another one being that they went off grid. People are saying, well, why was the sister there? Like, what did she have to do with it? Okay.
Yeah.
And I came across this and it says the final connection. Okay. Maybe Lauren didn't die in a crash. Maybe she developed, or sorry, maybe she deployed as a logistics officer for the ultimate extraction. She was the free bird's wings. Okay, that doesn't make any sense, but hold on. Hold on. A BBC correspondent once said she didn't look like a bodyguard, but she acted like one. She was a buffer between the system and Caroline. If John and Carolyn were going to leave, they needed someone who could speak the language, navigate the borders, move the money. Like if they were to like go away forever.
Yeah.
And I guess her sister could do all those things. Friends described her as a force in nature who could make things happen. She once navigated a foreboding, bureaucratic Chinese hospital and got an entire medical team to help her friend in minutes. She was pragmatist. She knew how to work the system to get results. She was a vice president at Morgan Stanley. She managed massive capital market transactions across Hong Kong, India, and Singapore. She understood international finance better than anyone in the Kennedy circle. To disappear, you don't just need a plane, you need a financial ghost map. She was fluent in Mandarin Chinese. She lived in Hong Kong and Beijing for 4 years in the 90s. She didn't just visit, she ran IPO pitches in Mandarin. She knew how to navigate the East, the markets, and the hush systems of Asia. And so they're saying that, like, if she faked it, Lauren was an asset to fake it.
Yeah. That
I
makes
was
sense.
shook.
So did they quote unquote die in a plane accident or?
Yeah. So this is what happened. So
Okay.
on July 17th at 2 a.m., a Kennedy family member alerted the Coast Guard that JFK Jr.'s plane was overdue. So in the episode, Lauren needed to get dropped off somewhere, and the two of them were going to a wedding somewhere else, but it was like nearby. So
Hmm.
while they were on their way to drop Lauren off,
Isn't that
okay,
crazy
so
thinking about like in a private plane? You could be like, oh yeah, I'll just drop you off here.
literally, well, she was like, I need a favor. I need you to drop me off here, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. You guys are already going that way anyway.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So do, do, do. So they say he did not send a distress signal, and investigators believe he experienced a spatial disorientation, causing the plane to enter a failure graveyard spiral. So, like, I don't know, you could see in the episode, he was like looking at the plane and it was like making like noises of like something wrong. And he was like looking at like where they were, and you could tell like he wasn't nervous at all. He was just like looking like what the heck, and then was
Hmm.
like fixing it. But I guess when it's dark and like they were like in fog, like really heavy fog, and it was like really dark out, like he was disoriented, but it looked like he wasn't. So like it looked one way to him,
Hmm.
but it was like actually different than it actually was. And so they were going down and they didn't even know.
Oh,
I know. I had to like look it up after because I was like, I'm so confused what's going on
that just
here.
seems odd because like wouldn't your stomach be dropping? Like wouldn't you have the sensation that you're falling?
Even she looks at him and she's like, are we good? And she didn't even look scared at all. The sister didn't even look scared. The sister was just like, they all had their like, stuff on, and they were just like, but it
Hmm.
was like going down, but like he didn't know. And I guess that comes with like over time, pilots know this, but like since he still like was new to flying, like not
Hmm.
brand new, but like just wasn't as experienced as a pilot is, he didn't know that they were actually doing that.
I just feel like, I mean, maybe it was different in my head. Like maybe they were going down slowly, so to speak, but it just seems like if you were going down like gravity, like it seems like you would have stuff like
Right?
on tables or this or that that would be, or like your bag on the seat that'd be falling off, or
Well, it
if
was
you
like a
weren't
really,
buckled
really
in.
small aircraft.
Hmm.
And then he was like, why don't you go back there or whatever? And she was like, no, I'm gonna stay up here with you. I don't know. It was just awkward. Let me know when you watch it.
Okay.
But I had to Google. I was like, wait, I'm confused. So, anyways, they didn't show up to the wedding, and that's when people like were saying
New.
something's wrong.
Yeah.
By 4 a.m., the Coast Guard began a search and rescue operation to find any survivors. The search initially stretched between New Jersey and Martha's Vineyard. After reviewing the last known radar location, it was narrowed to the southwest side of the island. On July 18th, the Coast Guard called off the main search because the likelihood of finding survivors was not probable due to the cold Atlantic water, which like he
Just a
was
day
he was
later.
a he was a Kennedy too. So like isn't that weird?
It is weird because even if you weren't finding survivors, like, aren't you trying to find debris of the plane, trying to figure out where it went down or why it went down, or
Right?
in a
Isn't
day
this weird?
later?
Literally a day later. Then between July 18th and 19th, small plane debris washed ashore. Also found was a prescription bottle belonging to Caroyln and a piece of luggage that contained Lauren's business card. Is this weird?
It seems oddly specific to
Right?
find
Right?
things with names on them.
Right?
I mean, it's
Um,
possible, but it's just like it gives vibes of like
a
it was
setup.
well that well, it just makes me think of like 9/11 where they said they found like a
Mm.
passport that belonged to like one of the people that hijacked the plane or something. They were like, you're telling me like the building exploded or whatever, but like
And we still found this
this
intact, like
passport
her
was like
business card,
perfectly intact. Yeah. It's just
right?
odd. Hmm.
Right. I knew you would have the same, we're on the same page.
Mentality. Hmm.
Yeah. On July 20th at 11:30 p.m., the fuselage, main body of the aircraft, was found at 116 feet in the ocean floor by underwater cameras. On July 21st, the bodies of JFK Jr., Carolyn, and Lauren were recovered by 4:30 p.m. They said all three were still strapped to their plane seats. Autopsies revealed JFK Jr., Carolyn, and Lauren were all all passed away upon impact. On July 22nd, JFK Jr., Carolyn, and Lauren were buried at sea during a ceremony on the USS Briscoe, a Navy destroyer. They were the first formal sea burial for private citizens conducted by the military. And that was like another thing in the movie because they were trying to decide like what to do, and they wanted JFK to be with like his parents in Arlington.
Hmm.
And the mom was like, well, that's not like my daughter's not being buried there. I lost two daughters. And like she was like against it, you know?
Yeah.
And so then um JFK's daughter, she had the idea because she said that he told her before that he wanted to be like buried at sea, like cremated, and
Mm.
then his ashes spread across the sea. So they decided to do the three of them. But I guess the mom actually did sue the Kennedys and like got an undisclosed amount.
Hmm.
I
Sued
looked
them
that
for
up
what?
after. Um, let me see. Um, the mother of Caroyln Bessette Kennedy and Lauren Bessette filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the estate of John F. Kennedy Jr. following the 99 plane crash that killed all three. The suit alleged negligence in JFK Jr.'s operation of the aircraft, which was settled privately for an undisclosed amount, widely reported to be around $15 million.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Which I am kind of confused by that because in the beginning scene, it seems like, or maybe that was a different time. See, it's been so long. I love when like I can just binge a show because then I feel like I remember it better. But
Yeah.
the first episode shows that pilot, but you know what? He wasn't there at the end, so I don't think it really foreshadowed. I don't
Hmm.
know. I can't remember now. Maybe I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So basically they're a part of the Kennedy curse, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was a really good show. I'm excited to see who the next couple is that they do, but
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know anything about them. Like I didn't even know. I guess I knew that Kennedy had like a son and a daughter, but
I feel like I've
I
never
didn't
heard anything about them
know.
though.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
but I didn't know that he died in a plane crash too. I didn't know this. So, super
Interesting.
interesting. Hmm.
Speaking of lawsuits, did you hear that a family sued Meta over their daughter's mental health, saying it like Facebook and
No.
Instagram like messed her up and they won $6 million?
What? No, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know this.
Yeah, I
I
heard
did
on
not
the
know that.
radio the other day. And it's just super interesting because I feel like they've always put blame on like parents for
Hmm.
letting your kids go on Facebook or Instagram or have unlimited screen time, whatever. But they sued for it being like designed to be addicting and that her mental health was so poor and they won. So,
Wow. Well, shout out to them. Shoot.
well, it's just like, I feel like that
Yeah.
opens a whole door. Seems
Yeah.
like a lot of people would be suing them then.
Right. Mm.
So,
Wow.
crazy.
Okay. So, what are we thinking about Palm Beach Pete? I brought him up when I was talking.
Oh, yeah, you did. You did. Okay, so for those that don't know, there's a guy that apparently goes by Palm Beach Pete who looks very similar to Jeffrey Epstein.
Like they could literally be twins.
Hmm. Hmm. And obviously, Jeffrey Epstein lived in Palm Beach, so that's a little sus. And someone saw them driving down the highway. I think he was in a convertible and obviously saw the
Hmm.
resemblance. So they shouted him out. And then since then, since it's gotten so much traction on the internet, they have, or Palm Beach Pete has created like an Instagram account. He's been doing interviews on podcasts, making content, basically stating he's not obviously Jeffrey Epstein, that he is Palm Beach Pete. And I think, is he in real estate? I think that's how he
Oh,
makes
I
his
don't
money.
know. I don't know. But I mean, they've like compared like even their teeth to each other.
I did see
And they
that.
have a very specific pattern
Hmm.
in their bottom teeth, and it's identical. And like teeth is like, you can't really lie about teeth. Like
Yeah.
that's something that like, do you know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
And
But
like
I
you
don't know.
can get plastic surgery just to switch it up a little. Like you can. I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to believe, but I don't know. It's very sus to me. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
guess
I
I
don't
just
know.
don't know why he would be here.
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
that's like
I feel
the
like he would go
thing though.
elsewhere.
Or some people are saying, well, maybe it was a clone
Oh.
of him. But I don't know. I don't know. He looks very similar. Like, it's
Or
crazy
they're
to me.
just, I don't know, or maybe they just found someone that looked alike and they're just messing with us, like trying to get people off the
True.
what's it called? Like the scent or whatever.
I can't even. I can't even. This world, it's like you don't even know what to believe anymore because
Mm-hmm. Because of
the
AI
stuff that you
and
would never believe is actually true. And the stuff that like looks true is AI. And like
it's
it's
true.
like
It's true. It's a total mind fuck.
so what did I just send you the other day? And it said something about cursive. So like cursive stopped being taught in schools for a little while because I want to say Corey was taught it, but I don't think Callan was taught it in school
Yeah,
because
it
he's like
was a
the second
brief
oldest.
time, and it wasn't that long ago. I'm trying to remember. I feel like my niece, who is, I think she's 19 now or about to turn, or she might be about to turn 20. I don't think she was learning it in school, if
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken. But
I
like
don't think
Jace learns
Callan learned
cursive
it.
now.
Right. Jordan learned it. And I think Corey learned it because he signs his name. I'm like trying to think, but I don't think Callan. I'm gonna ask him when I see him today. I'm gonna be like, "Do you know
But isn't
cursive?"
it, I don't know why they would ever stop teaching it because we sign our names so
Yeah,
often.
but I remember working at the restaurant and like a teenager would be paying and they wouldn't sign their name. They would literally print it.
That's so strange.
Like they weren't taught that. Yeah.
So there's like a gap.
Yeah.
There's a chunk of people out there that don't know
There's a
how
chunk of
to.
people out there that don't know. So I don't know
Yeah.
how it came back. Like I'm glad it did, but I don't know how it came back. But they were saying that the government wanted us to stop learning it because AI can't recognize it. And there was that one.
Oh.
And then um there was also like the old documents. So like say like the Declaration of Independence.
Mm-hmm.
All of that is written in cursive and they're saying that like they didn't want us to know what was in it
That's
because they
originally
wanted to
what
keep it the
I
same.
heard, which made
Yeah.
sense. But
Hmm.
the AI thing makes sense too. It's
Right.
interesting.
Because AI has like literally taken over. So
Hmm.
I don't know. So I just thought that was interesting.
But it's not like it'd be hard to learn it, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. But like, I don't think my nephew wants to learn it. Like, I don't think he cares. You
Well,
know, he's 14. He doesn't care.
yeah, I guess right now he doesn't. It's just like when I was younger, I like my least favorite class was history. I absolutely hated history to the point where I
That was
failed it
my
and I had to
favorite.
retake it.
That
But
was my
now,
favorite.
because I just like in my head, I was just like an ignorant teenager where I'm like, why do I need to know the past?
Hmm.
The past is the past. But little do you know,
Right.
history repeats itself and now it's so
It all comes back
interesting.
around. Yep.
Hmm. So,
Hmm. Well, I was walking past Jordan's room yesterday, and I'm trying to think what conspiracy they were talking about the moon. He was
what was he watching?
watching, he
YouTube
was
or
what
something?
yep, he was watching YouTube and he's like connected to my YouTube so I can go back and find like what video it was.
Uh-huh.
But that way I can like look at everything he's watching.
Hmm.
And he was watching something and they were talking about like how it was like a kids like not like kids, but like, it wasn't like anything crazy.
Hmm.
But it said something about like we really didn't walk on the moon. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like raising a little conspiracy theorist. Like,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
so
mean? Like,
funny.
and he didn't bring it up to me. So sometimes he'll put something on in the background. He won't even be like paying attention to it.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was like, oh. So I don't know. I just like that kids these days are like questioning everything. Cause like back when we were little, question anything. I
Mm-mm.
just took whatever they said and I was like, yep.
Hmm.
I will never forget. I probably talked about this last year when we talked about Jordan's like Rosa Parks project.
Yeah.
But I will never forget being in a college class and learning that Rosa Parks dressed up as an old woman. It was not actually an old woman that was so tired and didn't want to give up her seat. And I felt like my whole school like life before that moment was a lie because I'm like, they literally taught us that.
I don't think I
They
knew
didn't
that
teach us.
before you.
Yeah, they literally taught us that she was an old lady that was worked so hard and didn't want to give up her seat, and we're like feeling bad because she's like an old lady. No, she was a badass. She literally dressed up as an old woman, and
Hmm.
she was literally like our age
Yeah.
and dressed up as an older lady to like get more sympathy because, you know, and I'm like, they really picked and choose what they taught us
Hmm.
growing up. But I
Hmm.
feel like kids these days are like questioning things, which I love.
See,
I
it's
mean,
a good
Jordan
thing
still
I didn't
thinks
pay attention in history
aliens aren't real.
class.
He'll be like, Mama, aliens are not real. I was like, you really don't think so? And he's like,
Okay,
no.
Jordan.
So he's not fully there yet, but he's getting.
He'll get there.
We should probably wrap this up though, because it looks like we only have a few minutes.
We should, we should. Okay. So next episode, me and Carrie are going to go over our current obsessions.
Yeah.
Carrie's going to do her homework this week.
Yes,
We'll
yes.
probably go over Paradise season 3. We haven't talked since last
Okay,
episode,
yeah.
so there will be a few episodes to catch up on.
My mom wrote me back.
Oh, what'd
I
she
guess I
say?
can end the episode with this. But like, geez, it wasn't even that deep, guys.
So funny,
Um,
like 40 minutes later.
are you talking about when he found that cheap pair of Levi's at Penny's? That's what she calls JC Penney's. $5 for a pair.
Is
So
that all she
that
said?
was that was it.
That's crazy though.
Yeah. But there was only one left. And like when they rang it up, like my dad went to go look for more because he wears Levi's every day.
Hmm.
And they only had that one pair or whatever. But they were like nothing was wrong with them. It was just so weird. So
Hmm.
random. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Well,
I
there
know
you
you
have
were
it.
wondering.
Yeah, I kind of forgot at this point, but I will take it. Note to self, go to Penny's. Thank you, Chris.
Oh, well, all right.
Okay, well,
Until
on that
next
note,
week.
yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks for listening.
All right. Bye.
Bye.